Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Triple H has made a major mistake with the Bloodline, and crowning new champions in WWE, says Hall of Famer, may cause issues. Exclusive. In a recent exclusive interview, a WWE Hall of Famer has voiced concerns that Triple H, WWE's chief content officer, may have made a significant misstep with the current trajectory of the Bloodline storyline and the recent crowning of new champions in the WWE. This wrestling icon believes that these creative choices could cause lasting issues within the company, especially as WWE continues to evolve its storytelling style and character arcs under Triple H's leadership. Known for his sharp instincts and innovative decisions, Triple H has largely been praised for his management style, but this latest critique raises important questions about where WWE's most prominent faction is heading and whether new champions were introduced too hastily. The Hall of Famer's criticism centers around two main aspects: the prolonged Bloodline storyline and the potential mishandling of new champions, both of which, he argues, could lead to viewer fatigue, unclear rivalries, and underwhelming payoffs. These potential pitfalls could affect the long-term stability of the WWE landscape, and fans, who have been deeply invested in the Bloodline saga, may be left questioning some of the recent creative decisions. The Bloodline, originally a compelling storyline showcasing the dominance of Roman Reigns and his family members, has captivated audiences for over 2 years. From Roman Reigns' heel turn to the rise of Solo Sikoa and the constant tension with the Usos, the Bloodline has represented a powerful, multi-layered saga. The storylines have encompassed loyalty, betrayal, family conflict, and dominance, creating a narrative that kept viewers on the edge of their seats. However, the Hall of Famer suggests that Triple H's continued extension of the storyline, while once refreshing, is now starting to falter under the weight of its own complexity. By attempting to stretch the Bloodline story, WWE may be overextending the emotional impact, running the risk of turning a compelling family feud into a repetitive loop of recycled tension. The Hall of Famer warns that, as the storyline has grown increasingly intricate, its climax risks losing the impact it once had. The main point of contention is that each betrayal, reconciliation, and turn in the Bloodline story no longer feels as surprising or impactful as it did initially. Rather than evolving, the storyline may be stagnating, creating a lack of forward momentum. With G and Jimmy Uso splintering off from Roman and Solo, the family feud once again reignites, but without the sense of finality or progression that fans expected. This narrative prolongation risks viewer fatigue, making it harder for audiences to stay emotionally invested in each new twist. One of the most daring recent moves in WWE was Triple H's decision to crown new champions, aiming to refresh the roster and introduce new rivalries. Yet, according to the Hall of Famer, this decision may have been premature and potentially damaging to both the Bloodline storyline and the broader WWE landscape. Introducing new champions is a critical move, particularly when it comes to maintaining fan interest and fostering new faces in WWE's upper echelon. However, if not executed carefully, it can lead to diluted storylines and fractured audience loyalty. The Hall of Famer argues that, in the case of WWE's recent championship changes, there was an inherent risk that Triple H may not have fully accounted for: the overshadowing of established superstars, including Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, and a lack of build-up that could make these new champions appear undeserving in the eyes of fans. For instance, while stars like Seth Rollins and Rhea Ripley have strong followings, newer champions such as Io Sky or even some of the up-and-coming tag teams may not yet have the established rapport with fans to make their reigns meaningful. The Hall of Famer suggests that rushing new talent into top championship positions without adequate build or story can backfire, leaving audiences disconnected from the titles. In WWE, where champions are expected to carry storylines and elevate matches, an underwhelming title reign can actually lessen the significance of the championship itself, making it feel like just another belt. Another layer to the Hall of Famer's critique involves WWE's recent emphasis on character complexity within the Bloodline. Roman Reigns' character, from the head of the table to a conflicted leader, has evolved dramatically. But the Hall of Famer worries that adding too much nuance and stretching the characters' arcs may dilute their effectiveness, particularly if WWE does not provide a clear narrative direction or satisfying resolutions for each character's journey. For instance, Solo Sikoa's character has emerged as a wild card within the Bloodline, a powerhouse with ambiguous loyalties. However, his arc lacks a distinct goal or personality evolution beyond his current allegiance to Roman. Jimmy Uso's betrayal and Jey Uso's subsequent departure from the family have also muddied the waters, as fans struggle to identify who the true protagonist and antagonist are in this story. This ambiguity can be thrilling for short bursts, but prolonged uncertainty risks exhausting the audience, as they wait for a clearer sense of purpose within each character's storyline. The Hall of Famer stresses that without a clear direction or ultimate payoff, WWE may lose the narrative cohesion that has previously driven the Bloodline's popularity. By attempting to add complexity without decisive outcomes, Triple H risks spreading the story too thin, causing fans to become indifferent to the outcomes of each family member's choices. The Hall of Famer is also concerned that these narrative issues may lead to frustration not only among fans, but also within the WWE locker room. Wrestling storylines rely heavily on loyalty and fan investment. When champions or storylines don't resonate, it's not uncommon for fans to disengage, leading to lower viewership, fewer merchandise sales, and decreased fan enthusiasm. This is particularly concerning for WWE, which has thrived on strong, loyal fan bases and committed merchandise consumers. Further, a lack of focus and resolution in top storylines can lead to frustration among wrestlers themselves, particularly those vying for championship opportunities. If the Bloodline storyline and the introduction of new champions leave the roster feeling sidelined or underutilized, it could create tension and disappointment within WWE's ranks. Wrestlers put significant effort into their personas, and without meaningful storylines or championship opportunities, they may feel as though their hard work is going unrewarded. Despite these criticisms, the Hall of Famer acknowledges that all is not lost for WWE. There is a chance for Triple H to make adjustments that could steer the Bloodline and the newly crowned champions back toward success. If WWE can introduce fresh, compelling rivalries that feel organic and not rushed, the new champions could still resonate strongly with fans. Pairing each champion with rivalries that elevate their storylines and build their credibility could restore fan investment and ensure each title feels significant. For the Bloodline, an ultimate showdown or resolution could revitalize the storyline, especially if it provides closure to the ongoing family saga. This climax could take the form of a high-stakes match between Roman Reigns and a true rival, potentially a family member who challenges him for leadership, or even an outsider who brings a new perspective to the Bloodline's legacy. Giving each family member a clear path and purpose could reinvigorate fans, adding a sense of finality that's been missing. While the Hall of Famer's criticism sheds light on WWE's current challenges, it's worth noting that wrestling is an ever-evolving art form, and even controversial storylines can find new life with the right adjustments. Triple H's vision for WWE has, overall, been one of innovation, and though some decisions may seem risky or premature, they offer the chance for bold storytelling and surprising twists. For the Bloodline, A refined direction that brings satisfying resolutions to each character arc could restore the emotional intensity that initially captivated fans. Meanwhile, for new champions, carefully crafted storylines that allow them to build their legacies could ensure they resonate as truly deserving of their titles. In the world of wrestling, redemption is always just one storyline away, and if anyone can navigate this complex landscape, it's Triple H, one of wrestling's most creative minds.